Hello, my name's Jared, but my friends call me Beth, and I'm just grinding here in TOE. We are in a home stretch for Mudturtle. He just dinged 121. I want to see if I can get him to 125 by Monday. It's Friday right now. My goal is to have him to 122 by I have to. Also in the group I have Fizzlin and Shady Shane is dominating the DPS at the moment. Get a mob off me while I'm distracted from the video. Let's see, it's kind of coming up with DPS. I didn't position that mob correctly, so my other tunes weren't hitting it properly, which is probably part of the reason why he had so much aggro.
Hit Orient Vein. Hit Orient Vein.
Since I last did let's see. Since then, I've been tanking mostly with my paladin. Hangman is playing as a rogue who hit max AA again a couple days ago. Arsonist is still as a mage, though he's getting pretty close to max AA now also. I swapped him out with Shady Shane, so Shady Shane can get some AA. Let's see. Nathaniel's is working on his archetype. Hopefully I'll finish those tonight. He never finished his generals from the last expansion, so that might take some other generals. When the Thorn hits max AA, it should be soon. So 600 AA from being max on the Paladin. I'm gonna change her over to my rogue persona, which is only 121 at the moment. Because I need a good melee DPS that I can take on raids. The Thorn is awesome, but she doesn't do enough DPS. And if we have enough healers, I want to be able to swap to a pure DPS. Two mobs in a pull isn't bothering me quite so much anymore. Just pop a discipline and throw a couple group heals to make sure that he dies. I'm not even bothering trying to mess with him. But sometimes I'll have Eleni in the group and she'll miss, which is nice. Shady Shane's kind of running. He had more than 50% that time. Damn monks. I need to roll a monk. Maybe after I get my rogue to level.
Hit Orient Vein. Hit Orient Vein.
The skills I get. I'm gonna jump into Discord and see what Ogre's up to. Hey, Ogre.
What's up, Beth?
I'm recording right now, so don't say anything you don't want to hear. Or
YouTube world. I'm just going through hunters to see if anybody gets anything.
yeah, it's great that you're going through all that old content. Because I doubt I'd ever get to it.
Well, Temple Killer doesn't have it, so yeah, only Ogre Shaman does. So it's a need.
I'm not completely altruistic. I got low-level people in my group to get them up to level, but Thorn's getting XP also, and she's going to be playing the other personas.
Yeah, I'm getting it. These are light blue, but I'm capped on AAs.
Hey, Beth. Hey, Ogre.
Hey, shit.
It sounded like you said, "Hey, shitty."
It's okay. I've been called worse.
Shane.
Dominating our group's XP. Yes.
Well, I'm finally kind of doing what I'm supposed to. It's just taken me way too long. But it's okay. I'm having fun. It's neat to play a character like this. Do you not want to mess with that Eye of the Mother?
Is it up?
Yeah, it's
yeah, it
right
is.
beside.
Didn't even notice it. Yeah, let me lull the ones around it and I'll pull it.
YOLO, man, YOLO. Pull it all.
I kind of like Beth's idea better.
I'm a YOLO kind of ogre.
Beth, aka Jared, as I've watched like almost every video now.
I love the dock one. So hey, if anybody's listening and watching these videos, Jared does an awesome job.
Say that right as Shady Shane pulls my finger.
How wooed.
Suppose I should hit my wrong button.
Hit
So
power.
he's saying, quick, what's the number for 911? 411. Damn, by the time I had time to send a tell, it's dead.
Well, hell, you should have said something. I could have invited you.
I finished Hunters long ago.
That's weird. I didn't get the parse on that fight. Just wanted to see what this dropped. I don't need any. Only thing I need in these zones is Augs.
Yeah, you've been raiding long enough. You probably have most everything you need.
Yeah, I do. But because I'm cheap and I don't want to spend money, I am still rocking some enthralled shoulders.
Hit power.
Rogue died, so I gotta grow buffs.
No worries. I appreciate the group, man. Did your parse go up when I have mother? Just curious.
Sorry, what was your question?
I didn't get. I got like a blank for the parse on I have mother. I was curious if you got one.
What's happened to me with the I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I got a parse word on my damn parse. Can't even get GAM parse to open right now. It's still showing up on my screen though. Yeah, I don't think I got it.
Yeah, that's weird. Like you said, it's like a bug or something.
Hit Orient Bane. Hit Orient Bane.
Are we doing the Velius raid Saturday, Ogre?
It all depends on what we have, and it all depends on how many people are on for Vanicky, because I need 6 people to get the DZ.
Gotcha. I'll be on for what you need. Only reason I don't go to the, Vox and Nagi raids is because I don't have access, or I'd have been at both.
I'm doing Solteris tonight, full run through.
I'll tell you a suggestion Kalen gave to me that I think more of our melee DPS could use. I started noticing how often in raids, group, how often auto attack would get turned off and be kept off way longer than it should. And by adding auto attack on to my mash button keys, that's why I was in the top 10 of parses a bunch this week. I think it's the biggest reason. You can create the key. No, it won't toggle off. If you set it up and just create your own key / auto attack on, attack space on. That's what I did. And since I've done that, it never toggles off when I continue to mash it. It's not like the melee attack key. If you just do / attack space on.
Yeah, my Beast Lord has that, but I still have to toggle it on sometimes.
Well, I've yet to have to toggle it on. As soon as I start using my mash key, it just works. And it seemed to make a huge difference.
It could be because, attack is like the 5th one down on the list. I think sometimes the hotkeys, like it'll skip a line.
There's no doubt. I've actually had to swap certain skills out of certain slots because of what you're talking about. What's weird though is I can swap it for a different skill that I guess fires quicker maybe, and move the other one to a different mash spot, and then it all works. But I've had to play with it because I had 2 or 3 keys at one point that just weren't firing, and then I started swapping them back and forth until I got them all to seem to work all the time. But you're correct.
Hey, it's a badass 25-year-old game.
I can't believe that it came out.
Hit power.
It was so
Crazy.
ahead of its time.
It's so far ahead of its time. That's what people don't realize.
Hey, well, no, I can't say that because we gotta keep it fed.
But it is, man. It was just... Anyway, I still remember... And God, the hindsight now of looking at it, and I was so proud of my Ethereal Mist cleric armor. That's just such dog shit. We were fighting with such crap on us in the early days. Oh my God.
Well, the game, lasted so long because, content wasn't rushed. It was, there was time and, it was hard. There wasn't no XP bonuses and potions or, ATMs, heroic, what do you call it, modifiers.
Oh yeah, I mean, no augs, no anything. And also everything was like a +3 or a +5 to one needed stat, and then like a random stat, and then that was it. And then you had kind of crap AC. Everything was so... I was just amazed thinking about how we beat track and all these things with what we had. It was crazy.
Oh shoot, man! I remember my diamond raid gears on Fox.
Grady Healer was his name. This is many years ago. He had all blue diamond bracelets with resist dogs, or resist modifiers. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah, Valiant Blue Diamond is the ones, and now they're only on TLP servers. Oh, Flames Code. No. Tell no, hold on, I gotta clear off. That's like an additional one, so he's not an actual named.
To res a lot of people for those bracers. Oh, I made all my money back then. Which is so ridiculous. ridiculous to think about now. God, what I wouldn't have done to be able to res myself back then.
I don't even think I knew what. I didn't know it was possible to res people when EverQuest first started.
Yeah, it was God, 60%. You know, it wasn't a big one.
No, my first res was
Hit
total
Orient
shit,
Bane.
no doubt.
Hit Orient Bane.
But it was just me, possibly, for a while, cleric only. And that's why it was my main source of income.
Well, you had the box res stick too.
Yeah, but that came. I'm talking about Kunark. I'm talking original expansion, and I'm talking Velius.
OG. Vox and Nagy were original, and
I know, but that stick was not out.
Epic
Not
stick
until clerics
combination.
got the res stick, which was our first
it
epic.
was one of. It was one of the things. It was an item that was removed from it, as the same thing with the rogue dagger that was removed from Nagy.
That's true. The stuff is good and rights was able to.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right.
And then you had the Nagy dagger that rogue was nerfed. It would basically, proc and kill. It was
Hit power.
hardcore DPS for rogue back then, and it was like one of the best daggers. And then it got nerfed.
I remember the what was it called? YKK, Yakisha short blade or something.
Yes.
Short of Yakisha.
That would proc all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Must have.
Yep, I remember doing the quests.
And the FBSS.
FBSS. I also made money doing that, but that was because Guck was undead, and I did well as a cleric there. But I camped that a lot and sold it a lot. And twinked my characters. I had a Shadow Knight with this ridiculous, at the time, Worm Slayer sword, hatchet, and she had the FBSS. She was ridiculous for the time.
Well, back in the day before nerf, the Worm Slayer you could actually put in range slot.
I did not know that back then. But that's also at the time when regen was like nothing. So, that's why getting the cloak and
Sight breastplate and the.
or yeah, not the cloak, but the leather one that drops in freaking where Trackman is. I'm going blank. Old Seb.
Fungal something.
Yeah.
Oh, what you're talking about?
Fungi
Fungal
tunic.
breastplate? Well, shit. You had a fungi breastplate, then you had the Runebrain girdle, and then you had the Cloak of Pity, during Kunark, which was all, haste and regen.
Yes, and it was a ton of haste and regen in Kunark. Boy,
And then
mobs
that's when you
compared
had
to
the moss cover twig, and then they got nerfed. And then I remember when our Bixie sword, that its delay was 2.6.
oh wow.
And then it got nerfed like 2.16. Back in the day, that made, paladins like gods.
I just remember the jump and damage that mobs could do from old school to Kunark, and they're somewhat the same in Velius. Some of those giant camps in Velius, I was like, God, this is ridiculous.
I remember from level 50 to 60, the XP gain just tanked. Like you would go an entire day not dying once, and maybe if you ground all day, you would get 20% of a level.
It was so brutal. So freaking brutal.
Eventually, they added the little blue bar to the XP window just to prove that XP was moving. And it didn't go by percent either. You know, it would just say you gained experience. It wouldn't tell you how much experience.
Yes, I do. Just you have gained experience, and that's all it would say. It was so hard back then. Just travel was hard. It was a hard game, but it was fun. It had you enthralled, you know, because I don't know, what other games were you scared? You were scared going through Kithakor Forest at night. You were scared
Oh
trying
man,
to
I
make
used
it to
to
different places.
I used to wait
Most to
till
break
people
the
raided there.
It's happened to let you
Man, I remember this 24-hour place that we used to go and play EQ up in Chattanooga, and I fell asleep and I had a fucking griffin on me. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, back in those days, I used to by selling Spirit of Podcasts.
Dude, man, I was getting paid to port.
Oh yeah,
People had teleports.
I remember both. I remember wizards getting money for ports, and I certainly remember shaman and druids getting it for Sal.
For freaking raids? Yeah, especially for fear and hate raids, yeah.
The only way you get to the zone. I raided a bunch in Hade.
Dude, Legions of Darkness on Interrock server, man. Woot! Still, I had the screenshot of that guy when the golems, you know, basically shouted, "Whoop, you will not evade me." And it was still because, you know, he was also the only one that I know that got the BFG, the big effing gun.
Back in the days, I was playing Planet
Oh my god, I remember that. Well, you know, I remember cows too. Company of Wandering Souls. Planes of Power for me was formidable.
What server did you started, Eneric? What were you on?
Me, I was in Iraq from the beginning. I was in Sunshine Woes, Order the Black Staff with her husband, which, if you're not familiar with that guild is responsible for most of Enrock's raid guilds. A lot of the members came from there, and you know, it went, you know, From there, you had Action Vendetta, The Defiant.
I remember them too. I was in Action. So Clan Impact.
I
it was
did.
actually based on. Like I knew the raid leader in real life. He owned an internet cafe that I played at.
Yeah, it was a internet cafe group of guys that were the things. But for what was it? Action Vendetta. I raided with them, not guilded, but guested. And that was before the husband and wife did some crazy guild name, Methods of Madness or something like that. My brother knew them in real life.
Hit Orient Vein. Hit Orient Vein. Hit Power.
I'm like a tank. It's awesome. I can look that way one fight, then the next fight I look like I'm a caster. It's pretty great as a mod.
Hit Orient Vein. Hit Orient Vein.
Running from Planos to Freeport was like an all-night ordeal. It's a pretty big deal.
Mine was the fucking corpse runs. God dang, playing the hate and fear, man. It's like you talk about dedicated rating right there. It wasn't your typical. We're gonna be this time. No, it was freaking 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, that was true for a lot of the early raiding. Like
Yes.
you would camp out halfway through the raid, at the halfway point basically, and the next day you would come back and finish your raid. This is before Call of the Hero also.
And this was pre, and I'm talking pre revamp of hate and fear. I mean, it was brutal, like OG brutal.
I remember. Was it as a rule, or was it pure hate? God would just death touch someone, random person in the zone.
Kazakh Thule would death touch back in the day, I think. But I know I would have. God, I don't remember honestly.
And back
It
then, a
was
death touch was being
fair.
hit by 32,000 falling damage.
Yes.
You know how many times I fell to my death? That I mean, it blows your mind. It's like what the fuck?
And
Like
there's no way anyone can possibly get hit by more than 32,000 damage. It's a lot outside the grid. Oh, I remember
crazy.
being impressed by our guild tank who had more than 1,000 hit points.
God, that just brings back some fun memories. All right, AFK, I need to smoke. Remember, kids, smoking is bad for you.
You're right, Beth. Travel was so ridiculous, and like what you're talking about, going from East Freeport to Quinos, it took. I mean, it still takes like 15 minutes to run through South Carolina.
Hit Orient
and that
Bane.
was the only travel.
Hit Orient
It was
Bane.
it. It was brutal.
Hopefully you wouldn't put linked at that zone.
God, yeah. Or you'd be zoning into, a zone that you were in Viz. And remember, Invis would drop when you zoned out at that point. And you're zoning into a zone that you shouldn't be going into unless you are in Viz. Yeah. Game was so hard.
Back then, you didn't have to be in a group to invis people. And whenever you get invis, your pet would die.
I
A
remember
little bit
that.
of griefing going on. I think in the original, in the very beginning, you didn't even have to be in a group to bind someone.
No, I bound people all the time.
Hit Orient Bane. Hit Orient Bane.
In hindsight, cleric just wasn't my cup of tea. So much better is this type of class.
I mean, I have mad respect for people who played clerics, but it had to have been the worst class.
Hit Orient Bane. Hit Orient
Do is
Bane.
sit down and watch health bars. That's still all you do.
You're right, and that just sucks.
Back then, you wouldn't even be able to look out. You were staring at a book.
Hit Power.
First track raid, I was the first one to die because I was medding, because I was staring at my stupid book. I loved med aggro to the nth level back then. That was so great.
Hit Orient Bane.
Beat one of those
Hit Orient
raids, it
Bane.
felt like a glowing god.
It'd feel pretty awesome.
close out my video. Don't like them going much longer than 30-40 minutes.
Gotcha.
Alright guys, thank you for joining. Like and subscribe if you like the video, just so this gets out to more people. And I will see you next time.